Hello and welcome to Cecil TV, 30 at 6. It's August the 26th and I am Rob Churnside. Glad to be here tonight. We have an exciting show lined up. Allison Donnelly is not with us. She's on top secret assignment and will be back next week. So perhaps I could take this opportunity to review a little bit. Last week we had Sam Goldwater on the show from the National Fire Heritage Center, which may end up being in Elkton. I'm sure you all, Cecil County and the world, saw the show, and it may end up in Elkton. We saw more of the fire engines and old-time fire engines and firefighters this past weekend, and you'll see some details of that on the show. But coming up, always something going on in Elkton and Cecil County. We have Fall Fest, September 20th and 21st, with the usual activities, the Pretty Baby contest, The Voice, Hepner's Rebellion, and a top band from Philadelphia will be providing music. It goes on September 20th, Friday night, and the 21st, Saturday. And there's a new thing they're going to have, and guess what they're having? More details next week. Okay, on the show tonight, we have with us from the North East VFW and the North East VFW Auxiliary, Gene Daley, Commander, and Nancy Shenk. Welcome to Cecil TV.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks.
So, Gene, I've been down to the center, and I know you don't take quarters in the slot machines anymore.
That is true. We do take dollars, though.
And you can still win, right?
Right. Oh, everybody's a winner to VFW.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's true, because folks out there in TV land, the VFW donates many of those proceeds from the slots to charities.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, it either goes one of two places, either directly to support the veterans of foreign war or to charitable organizations right here in Cecil County.
Awesome.
So if you don't walk away with money in your pocket, you can walk away with a nice warm feeling in your heart.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. Right.
And thank you both. I just got to say that up front. So, tell us what's going on with the VFW here recently.
Well, we have the scholarship opportunities coming up. We want to talk to your audience about the Voice of Democracy, Patriots Pin, and an art competition. All three running through either the VFW membership itself or through our auxiliary. So many ways for students out there in the Cecil County community to win some scholarship money. Right?
So the Voice of Democracy is not singing, but it's rather...
Right, it's speeching. They're required to give a speech that talks about the patriotic theme chosen this year, 3 to 5 minutes long. They record that speech, and then they turn that into their local VFW. We gather them all together, and then we'll have judges who will sit down, listen to the speeches, and then grade those, and then we'll have a banquet where we'll pronounce a winner in a second and a third place.
And that's for the older kids, high school?
Right. Those are high schoolers. That's correct.
How about the middle school kids?
Right.
That would be the Patriots Pin, and it's an essay contest. And it is for the 6th through 8th graders. They can be public school, private school, or they can be homeschooled children. And that's basically judged similar to what Gina just spoke about. And the deadline for that is going to be the same time as the Voice of Democracy, October 31st.
Okay, Halloween.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's another contest as well?
Yes. It's the Young American Patriotic Art Contest.
Okay.
That's a mouthful there.
Right.
Yes.
And that one also is to recognize up-and-coming young artists. They have to be 18 years old at the time of entry, and they have to paint something patriotic. A lot of the scholarships encourage patriotism.
So this is for high school kids as well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they have to, actually adults, right? Young adults, they have to be 18?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's money involved with all these, right?
Yes. Yes. The art contest, that one is at the national level. It's up to $31,000. And
Wow.
the Patriots Pin is $5,000. And do you want to tell about the Voice of
Voice of
Democracy?
Democracy is 15,000 at the national level, right? And all three of those programs, though, they win it. They have the chance or the opportunity to win at the post level, at the district level, at the state level, and then at the national level. So work your way up through those levels. It's a significant amount of scholarship money that's out there and available to them, and just write, speech, draw, paint, or do whatever artistic thing you need to do, and then submit that to your local VFW, and off we go from there.
So contact. I'm glad you mentioned that, Gene. Contact is through your website or Facebook, right?
Right.
Correct.
What is that website?
That's VFW Post 6027.
VFW Post 6027.
.org.
.org.
Right.
Okay.
We also have Facebook. Same thing. Or stop by the local post.
Right.
Stop by the VFW in Northeast.
Right.
We have the applications there. See a bartender, they'll help, or any member, auxiliary member, they'll help them get the application and get them started.
Right there on Turkey Point Road on the way out of town.
That's right.
That's right. So that sounds pretty exciting, and I think that the kids, even if they don't go to the national level, they get some recognition.
That's right.
They get their feet wet, excuse me, and they get a banquet.
Right.
Yes, and they also, for the Voice of Democracy and the Patriots Pin, they also get an all expenses paid trip, them and their parent or guardian, and a tour of the Capitol when they
Nice.
decide the national winners.
That sounds great, and thank you both for coming to Cecil TV 30/6 and sharing
You're
this
welcome.
wonderful information and opportunity for kids to. College is expensive.
It is.
Yes, it
right.
is.
To help out, promote the good old US of A,
That's right.
and maybe win.
That's right. That's good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, Cecil County and the world. Here we are in downtown Elkton, and fire engines have taken over. It's a beautiful clearing up Friday evening, and let's see what this is all about. And here we are again with Sam Goldwater right here in downtown Elkton. Sam, what's this event all about again?
So this is a benefit event benefiting the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, the National Fire Heritage Center, and the Singley Fire Company, which is the host fire department for the event. We were anticipating about 50 fire engines here this evening, but the rain kind of scared everybody off, and so we have quite a few less than that.
There's some pretty cool old engines, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, the one we're standing in front of right now is a 1952 Orin. Down the street we have a 1957 Ford Ranchero Chiefs car. Was originally from Bel Air, Maryland. Then we also have a 1920 Boyer, which is the in front of the North Street Hotel. And then we have several more modern vehicles as well.
I think we should check it out, Sam. Thanks.
Sure.
We're here with Ted, the caretaker of this fire engine here from Allendale, Delaware. What's the deal here with this engine?
Okay, of course, she's a 1950 Miracle in France, and she has a 750 pump on her, and also at one time she had 1,000 gallons of water on her. She has been cut back since we retrofitted her, had her redone, and she's only got a 250 gallon tank in her now. She's set up for parades and funerals now. Okay, all we have to do is take the 2.5 off in the back, and then we can roll the casket right on.
And as caretaker, Ted, what's your responsibility?
I do everything to her. If it's just major mechanic-wise, we set it off somewhere, but I usually go ahead and take care of keeping up the body, keeping it clean. And if there's any minor problems, even retrofitting the piping underneath her, I've done that before. It's broken loose, and go ahead and fix that as well. Just keeping her clean and ready for a parade or even funerals.
Right, and what size engine does she have in her? Big?
She got a very big one. The original engine was replaced back in 1968 by Brown P. Thawley. Was a Dodge Plymouth dealer, a Chrysler dealership in Milford. And right now she's got a 549 International.
Well, thank you for your caretaking, Ted, And thank you for your service as a firefighter.
Thank you very much, sir.
Astronaut rescue man and firefighter extraordinaire Bill Killen. He's letting me sit in the fire engine with him. Tell us about this engine, Bill.
Well, this is a 1920 Obenchain Boyer rotary gear pumper. It was built in Logansport, Indiana in 1920. It was delivered new to the village of Chittenango, New York in 1921. And it was restored by Art Ferris of West Haven, Connecticut. It was his father's truck, and his father became ill and was not able to restore it. So Art restored it for his father. And the reason it's letter to West Haven, his father retired as a lieutenant from the West Haven Fire Department. And I bought it about 5 years ago. And it runs like a top. And we trailered it all the way up from East Tennessee to bring it up to Singley to Elkton for the Singley muster. And we're having a ball.
Well, we thank you for bringing this engine to Elkton, and my hand keeps going towards the siren, but I won't crack it.
Well, just reach right up there and crank that thing clockwise. Now, you'll have to wind it up if you want to hear it.
And that's how it sounded back in the day, right?
Yes, it did. Well, I'd like to share with you just a thought since you mentioned astronaut rescue. I was privileged to be a part of the astronaut rescue team, which was under the Kennedy Space Center Fire Department. I served with the fire department from 65 to 74. And I was with the Apollo and Skylab astronaut rescue team from 68 to 74. 55 men served on the astronaut rescue team. 7 of them were Department of Defense veterans. And I was pleased to write the history of the astronaut rescue team. And that book will be out next month. And all of the proceeds from the sale of the history of the astronaut rescue team will be donated to the National Fire Heritage Center.
Awesome, and that's the book you were showing us among your many over there.
Yes. Yeah. The astronaut rescue team book is probably the 8th or 9th book.
And you have a next one in the works?
One is the history of Stoughton Wagon Works, which manufactured trucks during the World War I. And I used to own a 1923 Stoughton fire engine. I've written a book about the history of crash trucks, which are airport firefighting vehicles. But the book that gets a lot of attention is the book I wrote about a year and a half ago titled It Sings My Soul, which is Christian humor, church bulletin bloopers, and then there's a lot of motivational stories in there that I've written and friends have written.
Wow. A rich literary history from a nationally known firefighter. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And now, once again, our old buddy from Cecil County Parks and Rec, Nick Moon.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Always something exciting happening with Parks and Rec. Summer's winding down, right?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy. The last time I was here, we were like excited that the sun was out, and now bell's about to knock, and we're gonna be back in session for school. It's crazy.
So, what kind of fall activities do you have?
We've got, I start listing them off, but that would probably just take up your whole show for the evening. So we have some exciting programs, a lot for our elementary age kids. We'll be talking about our elementary soccer program, our elementary movers, our after the bell program, and our nature explorers and crafts program for the little guys.
Now, what is Nature Explorers and Crafts?
Nature explorers and crafts is, that one's kind of hitting our real little guys and girls. It's for ages 2 to 5. It's a program that's run for 4 Fridays starting September 20th, where with one of our super popular instructors, Miss Sherry, we'll take these, take this group out with their parents and grandparents, and they'll kind of go on small hikes around the Rising Sun Community Center to learn about nature, learn about some insects and some cool animals, and they'll find, different objects, different knickknacks that they can use to make art projects. So it's kind of a learning component, and then they get to actually put stuff into practice, which is kind of Miss Sherry's
nice.
calling card, which is awesome. Yeah.
Well, that's for the little kids, and
Yep.
of course they don't go to school, but there's activities after the regular school day that you guys are sponsoring as well, right?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say we have 2 big programs. After the Bell has been around for a few years now. That's kind of been a staple of our programming for the local elementary schools, like the very local schools of Rising Sun, Bayview, and Calvert Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
And then our elementary school movers program is a year-round program. This year is our pilot year. We're starting with elementary movers soccer, But that's a super exciting program that the intention is to hopefully get all 17 of the Cecil County Public School and elementary schools involved. So they're active and they're participating and learning about the fundamentals of sports and about, healthy, fun competition.
And that's once a week as well, right?
Yeah, I was going to say the elementary mover soccer program, that would be for 6 weeks, once a week. That's going to be at the instructor's discretion. So one school, if it was Calvert Elementary, they may run on Wednesdays. Bayview could run on Mondays. Perryville could run on Tuesdays. So it's once a week up to the instructor. And at the very end of the 6 weeks, we're going to have a big play day where we're inviting all 17 schools to either Calvert Park, or in the winter we'll be running basketball. So at like the high school gyms, and they're going to get to play each other, in a big fun. We're hoping to have kind of like a cool festival like environment with all these schools out.
And that's only $32 for 6 weeks.
It is, yeah. I was going to say I'm hitting them with the affordable fun there. It's $32 6 weeks. Pretty low numbers in terms of allowing the instructor to really provide individualized attention to teach the kids the sport, because a lot of them, in grades 4th and 5th, some kids are going to have that experience. Some kids will come in knowing soccer, knowing basketball, or in spring we'll be running kickball, but knowing the sport. And a lot of other kids will be their first introduction to organized sports and organized competition.
And parents pick the kids up after.
Yep.
After the session.
I was going to say, yeah, each program will run from dismissal, and this is also up to the instructor, but typically those programs run for about an hour and 15 minutes.
Great. That's great. And if people want to sign up, you sign up with your particular school, correct?
So it's a mix. Yeah, they can sign up. They can sign up at the school. There's registration forms. A lot of our instructors, not all of them, but a lot of our instructors are actually teachers at the schools. So, if they have that teacher, they know that teacher, they can bring the form to them. They can turn it into their main office. And then they can also register with us through our registration website and by calling us, by giving us a call.
And that would be 410-656-5125.
That's it, yeah.
That's right. That's the number. I almost got it memorized.
I know. I was going to say, I'm coming maybe a little too much if you're going to have that number memorized better than me.
Well, I'll tell you, the Rising Sun Community Center is a great site, especially for the nature stuff. They got a pond, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, it's a nice little, we have a good trail that they can walk around, a good mix of I don't want to say, I can't think of a better word for organized, but neat and clean paths. So you don't have to worry about the safety of the kids. They're in a good spot, but they also have a little bit of that pond and the environment surrounding it where they can kind of get their hands dirty and learn a little bit about rolling up their sleeves and getting dirty.
Right. Now, After the Bell, a long-standing program with Parks and Rec, is every day after school, Monday through Friday, correct?
It is, yeah.
And there's a fee with that?
There is. I was going to say, so After the Bell is not technically after-school care, but it's a Monday through Friday program from dismissal until 5:30 that essentially provides a combination of recreation. It's at the Cecil Arena, so they get to get out on this indoor turf field and they get to do whatever it is they want to do that day. Our staff are great about organizing different games. Like some days they'll play kickball, or they'll play tug of war, or they'll do a whole bunch of things. And then there are some kids who just want to go off and build a fort with blocks.
Right.
And they can do all of that.
Right.
And then we have homework help that's provided in our chill zone. And then there's always instructors who are teaching or working on some kind of cool arts and crafts project. So it's a lot of little things all in one. And it's $15 a week, and you have to pay in 10-week sessions. So ultimately it's $150 for 10 weeks. And in terms of everything you're getting, it's a pretty good deal.
That's a real good deal.
Right.
So how do people contact you for more details or to sign up?
So, we try to be as accessible as possible. As you already have it memorized, our phone number is, 410-656-5125. You can reach us on our website, which is www.cecilrec.recdesk.com. And you can also find us on Facebook. Just look up Cecil County Parks and Recreation. Will be your first hit. And you can find all of our upcoming programs listed there, which, as I said, we've got a laundry list, and they're just getting longer each day.
Wow, that's great. Lots going on.
Oh, yeah, always. That's what we stay busy all day, every day.
Sounds great. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Love being here, Rob.